all managed to save me. It's probably the only thing we ever really agreed on was that, whoever has the money has the power. And you might want to jot that down in your book. It's something that you're going to need to remember. I mean, do you have the power right now in your life, Chris? Huh? Do you? I don't know.
Welcome back, guys. You are now listening to Drop the Mic, and this is episode 13. So this episode we're gonna focus on Joseph Gordon-Levitt. So this
hell yeah, J.G.L.
So this episode's called J.G.L. Looking out for the underdog.
Damn.
Legit, right?
Oh
yeah. So with that being said, we're going to be talking about J.G.L. and his early film, 2007 film, The Lookout, which is Miramax. It was completely overseen. It's a tragedy, but that's why we're going to talk about it today or tonight, whenever you're listening to this. So stay tuned, and then we're going to jump to some local news. This is a little bit this week. And so if you guys like weird, what is it, like heavy fusion rock, the Deftones, and if you're in the San Diego area, because we are broadcasting from beautiful North Park, San Diego right now. So the Deftones are coming through with Rise Against Friday, which is, what's that date? What's the date?
Friday will be the 7th?
Yeah. Okay, Friday the 7th. They're going to be in Chula Vista at the Sleep Train Amphitheater. I think it's called something else now, but I'm sorry, guys. Anyway,
Just look them up.
Yeah, look it up. So it's Thrice is opening for them, which I think is super epic. And then it's Deftones and Rise Against. I'm not a huge Rise Against fan, but I've never seen them, so it'll be cool to kind of witness their energy and see if they're any good, or if they've been able to hold up through the years. Deftones are always amazing live, so
hell yeah.
Yeah, I'll be attending that show for their set. I try to go every time they come. They're amazing, and that new beer is super tasty. I'm drinking it as we speak. So shout out to Belching Beaver for making that happen. And Thrice, are always fun. I've seen them 5 or 6 times already, and it'll be cool to hear some of their new record live. So that's what I got for local news, and I'm going to pass it off to one of my co-hosts, both which are here today. I forgot to introduce you guys, so I'm sorry for that. So introducing James Warney.
Hey, what's up?
And Dennis Rohel.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, so I'm going to kick it off with James to do his now notorious news bit. Go ahead.
Okay, there are rumors going around that Spider-Man Homecoming will be setting up for a possible Sinister Six movie. I don't know if you guys want to talk about that, or what the Sinister Six is.
Yeah, definitely.
I heard about that. That's crazy that's going to be
already going into
that.
Yeah,
so supposedly Sony never killed the project, and now they're finding some way to
incorporate it.
Yeah, incorporate both ideas, because they still have things to work off of. So they're just gonna do that crossover thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
think they're gonna keep anything use stuff from the Amazing Spider-Man?
They might actually do that just to save a little on that cash, but for most of the part, the look is probably going to change. You'll get some features from what you saw in the teasers and what you saw at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
But for most of the part, it's all going to be done over.
Yeah. Kevin Feige, the guy who's in charge of Marvel Studios, said they will have Spider-Man in at least 5 movies, which includes Homecoming. So Homecoming to at least Infinity Wars Part 1 and 2, and then the next maybe 3 more. There's 2. I know there's 2 more Spider-Man: Homecoming 2 and Homecoming 3, and then probably another one, maybe Sinister 6.
Yeah, and I think they're probably going to change the title for it, but for now we only know them as that. Also, one key thing to know, I don't know if you either love it or hate it, but Spider-Sense are out of this universe.
That's what I was gonna. That's the next thing I was gonna go on.
Oh man,
So, you mean that's not like a thing?
Yeah, and they actually nodded towards it in Avengers: Civil War when he gets whacked by Ant-Man. That was supposed to be our first taste of it, but they didn't really let you know. So you see him swinging towards it, but you never see him dodge it, and that's why.
Huh.
Yeah, one of the things they said that they saw it so much in the previous films that they figure a lot of people already know about that, and it's something they can go into, but as of right now, it's kind of not it's not really a part of Spider-Man. Yeah, at least in the Marvel franchise, because
they feel that it drove the storyline too much in the previous films. Although I don't see that.
Like, maybe they mean like he has too much of an advantage.
I don't think so, because he's got his mechanical web shooters now, and really him swinging around that high up, those things jam up. You've got enough of a disadvantage with that alone. But
true.
I'm kind of irked that it's not going to be there, but I'm honestly stoked that they're using Stan Ditko Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Webbing and all, underneath his
arms, yeah.
And that they're actually using it as a glider as instead of a accessory piece.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
I guess on Reddit, a possible list of Joss Whedon's Batgirls was leaked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and there's a couple of I think there's like 10 names, but I only got 4 of them.
Are you sure it wasn't Wonder Woman? Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't hear about that.
Did you want me to elaborate on that? Real quick, I heard that some lady tweeted out I guess this woman found an old script that Joss Whedon had wrote for Wonder Woman years ago, but I guess it was like really bad, and they just shitted all over Josh and was like, this is why this guy's an asshole or whatever. It was obviously somebody who was upset that he's taking over Justice League to try to discredit him. Obviously, that's obvious. But yeah, I thought that was really weird to hear that.
I read like they basically tore the shit out of that movie. I'm glad we didn't get this movie because this would have been horrible.
Yeah, but it's like it's weird to kind of try to paint him as a misogynist because he is why we have Buffy. It's like everybody's shitting themselves over. Oh, we finally have this empowered female role model, right? But it's like Buffy has been there, dude.
Yeah.
There's been a bunch, and it's just weird. I respect Wonder Woman, but it's just like, come on, we've had a few icons before, and they're just like kind of overlooking that. I feel a little bit, but I don't know. Moving on.
I add the list just a couple. Olivia Cooke from Bates Motel. Catherine Langford, she was from 13 Reasons. Jane Levy, and Naomi Scott from Power Rangers.
Oh.
And those are I think there's like 3 or 4 more, but that's the 4 I just pulled from the list. So that's out there if you guys want to look at it. And they talked an interview with, who's the director for Baby Driver?
Oh, Edgar Wright.
Yeah, they asked him if a sequel was if a sequel was in the works, or if he had thought about it, and he said, I wouldn't say that I wouldn't do a sequel, but he doesn't want to be just a director for hire, just to make money. And he really likes the movie that he made, and for him to make movies, he has to feel emotionally invested.
Believe in them,
yeah,
pretty much,
to make it a great movie that he thinks is a great movie.
That's cool.
So basically, it's up in the air. If they want to make a second one, I don't know how. I haven't seen it. You've seen it, right?
Yeah, I do.
I don't know how it ends or whatever, but he says that
I'm gonna.
If he gets an idea.
Wes, can you answer this? Was it left open for a sequel, or can they just veer off in another direction and just keep some sort of story going?
It's definitely open-ended where they could keep it going. I definitely don't want to kill anything because that's a beautiful film. I definitely recommend you both to go see it, even you that didn't want to see it. I strongly think you'll change your mind once you're out of that theater. If I could explain it in a way, you heard me talking to Brandon the other morning, I feel like this movie, is doing for our generation what Reservoir Dogs did for the early 90s, because I think Reservoir Dogs came out in 92, right? And I feel like if you guys remember that scene of them walking along the brick wall, that iconic opening, he kind of redefined cool, you know what I mean? Okay. With that kind of heist movie, and this is a heist movie as well, and I feel like Edgar's really kind of captured that, that kind of just coolness, but it's not trying too hard, it's not hipster, it
flows freely?
Yeah, dude, it just goes...
Yeah, I can dig that.
It goes just batshit, dude, and the soundtrack is 100% like on point. It never lets up, it's seamless throughout the film. It almost plays like a musical, but for guys, you know what I mean? It's not cheesy, and they're not singing, they're not going to break out into song or anything, but the soundtrack is so potent in this that it's like its own character. It's like you know what I mean? And man, it just blew me away, dude.
I feel like I'm kind of veering off right here, but this kind of reminded me of another movie, but did you guys watch Hardcore Henry?
Yes,
I did. Was that good?
I haven't seen it yet.
I thought it was amazing.
Really?
You didn't like it?
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. I heard plenty of people trash that movie and say that it was bad. So I watched it, but was it good?
No, I liked it. I know.
I was stoked when I saw the trailers for the first time, but people just kind of like bombed on that movie, and I kind of gave up.
No, I went to see it in the theater. It was like a Fathom Events thing, where they did like a Q&A and stuff in the beginning, and we got like a comic book and stuff, and it's a fun movie, man. If you could do the whole first person shooter, and I think you guys are gamers, so you're no strangers to that. Yeah. It's great. And I know Gabe, our friend Gabe, he kind of shit on it and was like, "Oh, I don't." Might have been he's like, "Oh, it's just too gimmicky for me. I feel like they're using the first person stuff to kind of grab you." But it's like, that's not how I saw it at all. It was just like them being adventurous in filmmaking and trying something new. You know what I mean? And oh man. When you watch it, I have no idea how they did that shit, because it's all filmed on GoPros. A lot of it are it's one continuous shot, and it's another beautiful film, man. If you can do the whole running and the crazy action and stuff and not get nauseous, it's no like Cloverfield or anything. I found myself fine.
Oh man, don't get me started with the Cloververse. Yeah, can't wait till the third installment.
For sure, but yeah. Hardcore Henry, I'm totally into as well. So you guys should definitely check that out, or maybe we'll watch it and do a little review on here.
You guys heard it here. Watch that movie.
One more thing. It's not really news, but an artist, I don't remember the artist's name, but he did a concept art of Jamie Foxx as
Blade.
As Blade,
yeah.
And I saw it on Instagram.
Wait, is that a thing right now?
It's just a
little. He's just doing it for fun. I don't think it was anything, but I mean,
just like a little motivation. Sometimes people that'll help push people. Like if you remember, this is probably This is probably a bad.
Oh, that's right. How with that, 30-second clip that they did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is probably a bad example, but I remember